as a son, how do I identify a father?
Sons are a given. They are not identified. You identify a mentor because a mentor has the knowledge of what you are looking for. But the fathers, it's lifetime. It's a lifetime relationship that you get. So they are given. You can choose a mentor, you can choose a coach, you can choose an instructor, but a father, to us a son is given. Remember the father, this comes more to a father because God will give you the son, and to the son God will give him a father.
Hello everyone, it's such a nice time that we are back on your screen, and this is Father Son Podcast. My name is Laban, and we are so humbled and we are so lucky that you are here with us. We are moving this journey together, and we are doing this by liking our page and subscribing and sharing your experiences. And I want to thank each one of you who have taken a step to subscribe, to send us messages, to share their stories, and it's amazing how this is rolling out. And today we are back, and on the bench still we have our father, Mr. Moses. Thank you so much. You look awesome.
Thank you.
I want to know what keeps you smiling.
I have a father.
Oh. All right. You have a father. So a father makes his sons to smile.
Great.
I get that. So how have you been? How has been your experience?
Doing well.
Yeah.
Doing well. A little bit hot.
Yeah.
But I'm okay. We thank the Lord.
Winter is coming. You guys, you can remember there's that series we used to watch. It was called what? It had Jon Snow, and they used to say winter is coming. So winter is coming. Yeah, and as we go on discussing about this father-son relationship, and I'm so humbled that a lot of people are commenting. A lot of people are sharing their stories and giving insight on how this conversation is shaping their relationship with their fathers. And I want to thank you so much for getting this time to pour out the knowledge and the wisdom that you have at this particular time and age or season, that this conversation is so relevant to our community right now. And I want to say thank you so much on behalf of our subscribers, our listeners, and our viewers. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes, so we want to change gear and move to the next level. We have seen who a son is and the father, the things that the father is supposed to do, the things that the son is supposed to do, and now we want to understand, as a son, how do I identify a father?
A father.
Yes.
Wow. Very good question and a very difficult question. Sons are a given. Sons are a given.
Yes. To us, the son is given.
A son is given.
Yeah.
So you don't look or you don't identify.
Yeah.
They are given. As the people, the son you have, the biological son.
Yeah.
You never looked for him. You actually don't know.
Yeah.
At which point that it is only sometimes your wife came and told you, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
9 months down the line, a son is given.
Yeah.
So sons are given. They are not identified. You identify a mentor because a mentor has the knowledge of what you are looking for. And a mentor is not a lifetime. because you can have mentors of the lifetime, but you can have mentors of a short time. Because if I'm in a business of selling microphones, I'm going to look for you.
Yeah.
And you'll mentor me through the phones. If I'm a business of recording, I'm going to look for our director. And he will teach me and he'll mentor me and I'll become one of the best. But after that, I'm done.
Yeah.
But the fathers, it's lifetime. It's a lifetime relationship that you get. So they are given. They are not identified.
So you cannot say, I want this one, I want that one. So it's given to you.
It's given to you.
Oh, all right.
The father is given to you. A mentor, you can choose. You can choose a mentor. You can choose a coach. You can choose an instructor. But a father, to us a son is given. Remember the father. This comes more to a father. Because God will give you the son. And to the son, God will give him a father. So it is so defined.
Well, so I know we have different sons with different abilities, different talents. As a son, how do you nurture these abilities and talents as a father? Yes.
Now, what we do, there are two kinds of sons. There is a human son and divine son. So the two kinds of sons.
Yeah.
And to the both, they are given to you. And they come, it's a process that goes through. Comes as a normal person you meet with. And to us, most of my sons started from being a mentor. By being a mentor. But my heart and the heart has to connect. Because remember, there has to be a submissive on the other side. And there has to be respect for what I carry to go to the other person. To my father that I have, Apostle Ken Ogare, he was given me. And to me, I was given to him. But there was a point of meeting.
Connection,
and a point of connection. The point of connection, most of the times, is it's so defined that probably you will be somewhere and something clicks in you, and then that person starts being a mentor. And then as you continue now submitting to this mentor, and you start now and to this, actually some is from an instructor. Starting being an instructor, and from an instructor the relationship start growing, then it become a mentorship relationship, and from a mentorship relationship it is now adapted as a son. And then the father will say to me, I have been given a son because of commitment of the son now. And now the son will be able to get what he is looking for from that person that he needs to honor. So the key is, what are as a father, what do you look for? What are some of the characteristics that you are able to look for a son, or for a son, what are the characteristics you are able to look for? So to a son is that the person that you are submitting to must be an example. Must be an example. That's number one. Must be someone that it is an example to you. Number two, must be a ruler, person who is able to bring his house in order. His house is in his life. You don't want to be fathered, but remember, he's transferring what he has. So you don't want to be transferred confusion. So he has to be a ruler of his life. He must be willing to be afraid, spending time with you. There are people that I have fathered, and only what we have done is only for a weekend to have a time in rugby, and we spend the time in rugby. And that's done. Because it's an impartation process that has to take. So you have to look at, is this person available for you? I have heard many people saying that a guy who is a TV is my father. And you have never met with him. You have never seen him. It's not your father. It's your mentor. It's your coach. Because a father must be there. Yeah.
Well, let's look, because the human son is, well, there's nothing much we can be able to speak about it. It's by natural, we know what is expected. But I find it, as you pointed out, that we have people. I will look at somebody and admire, and I would say, Moses is my father, because I have seen you seated on this podcast and you're speaking something that I feel relates so much with me, and I consider you as a father. And there are so many consequences on the same. And so for the divine sonship, we want to understand in a little bit what this divine sonship is about and what it takes.
Divine sonship. Now, number one, you are a son of God before you become a son of a man.
Yeah.
And a son of God is because you are created. Whether whichever religion you subscribe to or whoever that you are, you existed, and there is a God there. Whether it's you existed. So you did not just happen. You are spiritual.
Yeah.
Maybe we use that word. You are spiritual first. Now that it is now the divine son. As Christians, we say, as many has believed, they became sons.
Yeah.
So that's a divine son. That now your father is God. First, before I become your father, God is your father. Before my father, Mr. Ken Ogare, becomes my father, first, God is my father. Now, everything that I do now to the now natural father, it is a reflection of my divine father. I cannot love a spirit, but I can love a human being.
Yeah.
As Christians, we have scriptures in the book of John that says you cannot say that you love a man, you love God, but you hate your brother.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
So in the fatherhood is that if I say God is my father, what I do to God, I do it through a man. Okay?
Yeah.
So that is now where it's come now, the natural man and the divine man, which is now God, Jesus Christ, who is our Father. Like us Christians, who is our Father. So he gives me the ability, number one, to overcome. The ability to overcome. It is the divine Father who give it to me. The impartation, the grace, the impartation of grace to have favor, it's given. I access it through the other Father. The managing of myself in overcoming, it's a grace that I get by submitting to God. You get? I hope that is clear. So that is very clear to understand.
Yeah.
Many people has got the Andre Father who owns them. Who owns them. Because the Andre Father cannot own you. Because you first belong to God the Father.
Yeah.
And that is clear, especially for Christians, to understand that. The Father, Son, it is not owning you. I can never own you. I can never own you, and no man can own another man. I can never control you, but I can lead you to him. So my work as a father, function number one, is to make sure that I'm pointing you to your father, to your ultimate father, who is God. For you to understand, and for viewers to understand, especially the Christian fraternity, we have a story, an amazing story in the book of Genesis. The story is of a family of Abraham, and God gives Abraham a son. After almost 99 years, God gave him a son, the promised son. Remember, we said a son is given.
Yeah.
So he gave him a son who is called Isaac. And then Abraham becomes a father, but he has a servant in his house called Eliezer. And at a certain point, he is even arguing with God that Eliezer will inherit. And God tells him, no, servants don't inherit. Sons inherit. And I'm going to give you a son. And Eliezer is not a son. It's a servant. So we have servants and we have sons.
Yeah.
We have servants and we have sons. So you must identify. There are many people call themselves sons and they are not sons.
They are servants.
They are servants. And maybe in our next episode we will look at that. The difference between a son and a servant. Then Eliezer is not a son, but Abraham is calling him a son. He's saying, no, God, you have not given me a son. So everything that I have, the inheritance that I carry, I'm going to give it to this man. And God tells me, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Servants never inherit an inheritance. It is sons who get an inheritance. And Eliezer, how faithful he has been to you, he has not become a son. He's a servant. Your son Isaac comes, Isaac grows and wants to have a wife. And Eliezer is sent by the father Abraham to go to a far land, and he went to his relatives. He's called Manoah. And I went to that home and got a daughter to the son. And he brought the daughter to the son. Now the distance between where they were and the far land, it was not a one-day journey. But this girl was a virgin, and the servant Eliezer was with her all through those nights, coming together with her, but protected her, Rebecca. He never devoured her. He fed her, and he made sure she's comfortable. Up to until brought this girl to the father to fulfill the will of the father. And when he reached there, Rebecca saw the son, and the son saw Rebecca, and the scriptures say they fell in love. And Rebecca jumped out of the camel, and the son who was in the garden ran out of the garden and went, and they met together and they became one. So Eliezer never owned Rebecca. That's my point. So as a father, you never own a son. As a son, you never allow yourself to be owned by an earthly father. You are owned by the divine Father, who is God. And that is very critical to understand. But the earthly father protects you, and will send servants to protect you. But he must always point you to Isaac. Always must point you to Isaac, who is the son. And the scriptures we read about Jesus Christ being the son. And that son who is Jesus Christ, I must point, as you being my son, a faithful son you are to me, I must always have to point you to the son Jesus Christ, not to myself. If I start pointing you to myself, it is time for you now to learn for your life.
So one of the indicators to identify ownership is being pointed to the person.
Exactly.
Should
Pointing
be
you
yeah,
to myself.
yeah,
Pointing you to myself. If, let's say, like giving,
yeah,
I'm not teaching you on giving for you, to give to your God for your breakthroughs. And your breakthroughs, you have to pay your tithe, you have to pay your offerings. Christian, you have to pay your offerings, and you have to pay your first fruits.
yeah,
Okay? But it is who receives. It is the earthly Father who receives, which it can be a church, it can be whatever, and all those gifts. But if I start pointing them to myself and not now to you to obey
yeah,
that guy who is Isaac, then I'm owning you as Rebecca. And Rebecca is not my wife. It is Isaac's wife. And that's where we have made very many big mistake. Because we are being the fathers who owns us.
Yeah.
They point us to their religion. They point us to themselves, and they are an authority to themselves, and they don't point us to our divine Father. Is Jesus Christ.
yeah.
So you have to be very careful in this story of fatherhood.
Well, I read a story some time back about how in Hebrew, how they have this wine skin, where they put the wine.
Yes.
And it was very amazing when the guy, the person was saying that when the wine gets old, they don't throw it away. They put it in oil, and it becomes new. So I'm saying this to our viewers, that what this discussion we are having right now is the wine skin. We are drawing from the fathers, the son, to receive, to know what do we receive, how do we receive it from our fathers, how do we draw the blessings from our Father, because as a son I am supposed to work for it. I work for my inheritance through my obedience and my honor to my Father. And so as we are discussing, and you have pointed some indicators of some, let me not say religion, but somebody pointing, me as a son being pointed to a person. What there are a lot of dangers in there, and as you are taking us through, I wanted us to really get to understand this relationship. And if you get yourself there, you're being exploited, you're being manipulated, and still, how do you deal with this? How do you come out with it? Do you just cut off the relationship and just run away? Or what is the best way of parting ways?
Good question. Very good question. I think it starts by discovering yourself.
Yes.
Remember, when you have the Father, one of the things a father does, he makes you to have confidence. A lot. In one of our episodes, you said that your personal life, you went to the city and you couldn't even enter in a simple restaurant.
Yeah.
Because you did not have self-confidence. And that self-confidence is what we said that it is what we call the orphan spirit that follows you all through, because of you have grown without a father. Now, the fear, it is one of the indicator. The anxiety, because the Father gives you confidence, and that is something that you're going to fight, having confidence. And like we have kept on saying, he must be there for you. He must be willing to help you. And he is not benefiting from you.
Yeah.
You are benefiting from him. Because a father carries what you don't have. And that is very key. So when you find yourself that the guy that you have, Daventry is not a father. It's a mentor. And when the time of the mentor is done, you don't keep in the hospital. When you get healed,
you leave the bed.
You leave the bed for someone else to come.
Yeah.
For another person who is sick. Now, when you discover that you are not for you, this guy is not a father, he's a manipulator, and he's manipulating you, then leave the bed and go and get a referral to another place, and then you're able to discover yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing that I believe that every one of us, you are getting to learn something out of this, and I want us, maybe for our viewers, if you have something you want to ask and maybe something you want to get in details, please share. You can send us a message directly to us, and we'll be willing to help and come and try as much as possible for you to discover these things. And because we are here for you, you are there for us, and we are building this. We are building a community that is responsible, a community that knows what to do when matters of the father-sonship comes around. So in our next episode, we are going to see the roles of the father. What does the father expect from the son? And we'll go into details to understand some of the things as a son. I believe there is something you have expected me to do. And when I'm subjected, and one of the things I believe is to put me in a test. Not like the devil did to to Jesus, but to am I qualified enough? What qualifies me? And we are going to discuss more on this. But for now, see you in the next episode. Please remember, subscribe and reach out. Send this link to your friends and your families. Thank you so much.